We had this competitor at Cisco called Huawei, and they could ship things very quickly and they could compete on price in a way that we couldn't compete. And so at Cisco, as my first time, I got experience with hardware, and I realized that hardware is very hard, and you need a certain person to develop and build those products, and who doesn't think in the agile software methodology, but thinks in a true waterfall methodology of you need these chips, and the supply chain for these chips is 18 months out, and then they need to go onto a PCB, and then they need to get tested, then they need to fit into this form factor, they need to have these kinds of thermal requirements. And it's just like the list of requirements and dependencies for hardware just gets very challenging. So I got exposed to that and realized, wait a minute, if you want America to have the best technology, hardware has to be a component of it. If you want America to have technical dominance, you need hardware to be a component of it. Software is cool, but at the end of the day, we live in a physical world and hardware matters. So that was like maybe the first taste of it. And then on the competitive front, we were competing with Huawei on a global scale, and it was very hard to compete with them. They had financial incentives for the customers that American companies couldn't compete with, because they would come in with financing from Chinese banks that were interest-free for 30 or 40 years. And it's like, well, that's like free money. So can't compete with that. And I just realized that we had an economic competition that I felt like we were losing.